astonishing allegations made by the independent Senator Nick Xenophon in the Senate last night. He basically accused the Church of Scientology of being a criminal organisation hiding behind religion. He tabled some letters from former officials and staff of the Scientology Church, and they alleged various types of abuse, including abortions, assault, imprisonment, covering up of sexual abuse, embezzlement of church funds and blackmail. He says he's referred the allegations to police and also wants a Senate inquiry into the church itself. The spokesperson and vice president of the Church of Scientology here in Australia is Cyrus Brooks. He's on the line. Good morning.
Good morning.
Pretty damning claims made by the senator.
Well, this senator, he's abused his parliamentary privilege as a senator, and he would not even discuss any of these claims with church representatives. We've written him months ago when he first went on a disrelated thing regarding France months ago on Channel 7. I know dozens of Scientologists wrote him letters. He didn't answer a single letter. He didn't answer us or didn't talk to us, didn't meet with us. And so he's suddenly brought up these things. It's a bit disingenuous of him to do so, and without even meeting us.
But he didn't just bring them up. He actually tabled letters from former staff and officials who have outlined the sorts of things they were involved in. One of them, this Perth man, says he was involved in the confinement and torture of a woman who was under house arrest, basically.
That would not be true, and
would not be true at all.
No, we take all these allegations very seriously. Anyway, we're going to get copies of the letters that were tabled in Parliament, and we're going to investigate each very properly, like as is proper for any organization to do.
Would you be happy for the police to investigate?
We
Would you
always
invite a
cooperate
police
with,
investigation?
Yeah, we cooperate with any authorities on these things.
Have the police investigated any matters like this in the past?
I don't have information on that, but I would say that we do cooperate with police. For example, Scientologists or people that are new coming into the church. I know one particular person had a record of dealing in drugs, and we assisted this person to come clean to the police and to make up the damage for the things he's done.
But these are much worse allegations than that. I mean, we're talking about coerced abortions. We're talking about sexual abuse that's being covered up. We're talking about torture. We're talking about enforced imprisonment.
Well, then it would have been good if he had given us copies of these
Why would it have been any
letters,
better?
Months ago. And, because we were actually open to meeting with him and taking up any of these claims. We have to investigate each one properly, but he's marginalized the tens of thousands of Scientologists who actually benefit from the religion, who call it their faith, and he's, by not meeting with us, by even worse, by saying that people should not talk to Scientologists because they're part of this group. So, it would be like saying that you shouldn't talk to those Christians because they're part of that cult. That's the kind of statement he's made, and which is kind of
But this is there's a very serious set of claims here. You're talking about torture, house arrest. You're talking about several abortions being ordered.
Obviously, it's disgusting.
Yeah.
The
allegations. Isn't it in everyone's interest, his and yours, to have it properly investigated and independently investigated?
We would work with all authorities on these kind of matters. But
would you welcome a police investigation?
We would cooperate with police in any of these matters that require,
because if it's completely untrue, that's the way to clear it, isn't it?
That's right.
Invite the police in to investigate.
Yeah, that's right. Yeah, that's right.
So you'd welcome the police investigating it?
Yeah, we'd be happy to work with the authorities on these subjects.
The thing that bothers me is that there's not just one letter, not two, but there are several letters, and they all allege these types of things. How do you explain that?
It's very simple. Is that these people are connected up on the internet, and it was a coordinated effort. And it wouldn't actually take very much investigation to find out and to see that.
So you're saying they got together on the internet and worked out a way of perhaps discrediting the church?
Well, yeah, that's what, like I said, it's these...
Do you know that for a fact, or you're just assuming that?
Oh, yes. No, you can see it in their postings. It's very simple to look up on the internet that, these ex-members are as about as reliable as former spouses when talking about their
They might say the
ex-partner.
same thing about you.
Well, honestly, like I said, we would take up any claim and address it seriously. And none of these people have written in to say, please address these claims. We don't have that from these people, and because we would have taken it up seriously.
Yeah, can I ask you, your building, you're just next to the Broadway Shopping Centre, your headquarters in Sydney, aren't you?
Yes.
And it's quite open, it's there. So if I was to come down there and you'd show me around, have a look around?
Sure, I would.
And you can, have a look around the place, see what you do in there?
Yeah, absolutely.
Completely open to anyone that wants to go down there?
Yep.
And if I asked a simple question, what is Scientology? What do you believe? How do you summarise that?
Scientology believes that man is a spiritual being, that he's basically has a body, mind, spirit, and that he's also lived before. And Scientology believes that man is basically good, and his basic urge in this life is to survive and to accomplish the greatest survival for himself and his family, and to assist his fellows. L. Ron Hubbard, who started Scientology, he basically said that...
But he was a science fiction writer, wasn't he, in the 50s?
Yeah, he wrote
about aliens.
20 different genres, including science fiction, because, of course, at the time, it was all about robots, and the editors at the time asked him to humanize the field of science fiction, and so he did. And but Scientology itself, L. Ron Hubbard also stated that Scientology enables people not only to help themselves, but the true help that Scientology gives a person is the ability to then help another person.
Is there a supreme being?
We do believe in the supreme being, but we call him in a different way. We would say it's kind of a long story, but
I know it's a long story. But look, yeah, I'm not as dismissive of others as the notion of that it may be somebody, may be an alien.
Oh no! It's not like an alien, but it's more like the infinite. It's more like the.
Look, we might have a coffee at Broadway and talk about it. All right.
Yeah, no worries.
But you do invite the police, and you're happy to have the police investigate these claims.
Sure.
All right. Okay,
Cyrus Brooks, thanks for your time.
Okay.